Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well, finally I am back to complete the Ballpoint Pen series. If you didn't watch the other video and you are a total beginner, I recommend you to watch them. Anyways, on this video we are going to learn how to hatch, how to cross hatch, how to contour, how to cross contour, and we are gonna have like a little tutorial of an eye. Let's draw it together and implement what we are gonna learn. So I brought a tissue because you need this if you are gonna work with pens, just to clean the tip, because it gets a little bit like dirty with so much ink, and it can really destroy the aesthetic of your painting. If you are about to draw something really smooth and really like realistic, it's going to destroy it if you don't use one. And I brought also a little sheet of paper because, again, sometimes while you are drawing the pen just suddenly stopped working and you need to keep trying it out like that and get back to draw. So you need one of these two. So let's start first with hatching. And make sure I clean it very well. I know I'm going now like with dark lines, and as you can see there is space between them. This is just a practice. Normally when you want to draw, you better, like, if you are not aiming for a quick sketch, you see the dots that I talked about. This is what happens when you don't clean it often. I said if you are going to draw a sketch, it's okay to draw the lines, space between the lines. But if you want to draw something really good and you are not about to draw it fast or something, you better like draw the lines really close like that, so you can have a texture. You can't have a texture if you draw them so far away from each other. As you can see, they are close to each other. It seems like there is a texture here that you can use to draw the skin. This is the hatching, okay? If you have never tried doing this and you have a problem with making like huge like space between lines, I recommend you, of course, to practice how to hatch. Take a sheet of paper and keep practicing. This is hatching. This is exactly how hatching looks like if we use like dark lines. If you want to use lighter lines, we will go like that. I recommend you to take the pen and don't be so close to the tip. Stay away a little bit from the tip. This is going to force the pen to not use so much ink, if that makes sense. Because when you are like so close to the tip, it's like you are making it get off so much ink. But if you are far away, I don't know why it works, but this is how it works. By the way, I have to say I'm sorry about the background noise. I have nothing to do to control it, so I hope it's not bothering you or something. Anyway, let's continue. You will go like that. You see the lines, how they are lighter than these, and at the same time they are consistent. The consistency is important, and always don't forget to clean it, because sometimes this is what happens. Let's check it out. There is some lines that are darker than other lines, if you can see. This one is darker than this one, and this happen if you don't clean it very well. And I know this pen give off so much ink than the other ones that I use. And I will show you after that how to deal with that. If you have like pens who give off so much ink and they really bothers you and you can't go light within your lines, I will show you a tip to use, but not now, of course. We will keep up with the hatching and cross hatching. So as I told you, keep cleaning it, and as you can see, even though I clean it, I will change it, and I will show you that tips later. So yeah, you have to keep experimenting, you know, to see what kind of pens are the best for you. As you can see, this one, I ended so fast because it was the best one to use. Let's try again with a little bit lighter than this. It needs patience, okay? You need to be so like careful. If you are a beginner, it really won't work from the first time, but you need to keep trying. If you focus enough, you will get to that consistency and that texture that will satisfy you. Also, the kind of paper really plays a huge role in this. I'm using here a smooth paper. There is some who use like rough paper, but it's really not a must to have that kind of paper that you just don't have access to right now. You can use any kind of paper. Let's go now to cross hatching. It's simply doing the same step but 2 times in 2 different directions. I will go fast here. It's like that, and I love to move my paper so I can be more comfortable. Do what feels right for you too. Here we get more concentrated like texture than the first one. That's why cross hatching is so good, and it's the better option if you want to draw skin. You can cross hatch in any direction you want, like for example, anyway, this is hatching and this is cross hatching. Here we can have a texture. Here we can have something that we can use to draw a face or a skin, of course, skin in general. Now we have contour and cross contour. Contour is, I don't use it a lot, but there is in some ways you can use it, and it really have a beautiful effect. Let's go for it. It's like that. If you are not still, you can't control the pen very well, this is gonna be a little bit hard for you. You can use it if you want to draw nature, if you want to draw like some parts of the body that are twisted and you can just use straight lines. This is a good option. And you can like notice it in the work of professional artists too. Not only with pen, with like dip ink pen or something like that, they use this a lot. And don't worry if there is space, a lot of space between them, you can go back and like make it consistent. But just understand that with ballpoint pen, you can only go from light to dark. You can't go from dark to light. I mean, with pencil, it's easy because you can use an eraser, and there is so many kind of pencils you can use to go dark. And always eraser, it's the easiest option to go light. But with pencils, we don't have this option, and that's why it's a little bit challenging. That's why you have to put in mind that the places that you want them to be light, let them light from the start. Don't go too dark from the start. I will give another example. Oh, I did cross contouring directly. Alright, this is contouring. This is contouring. You just have to have a control over the pen. This is contouring. I will use this one to show cross contouring, like that. Anyway, this is hatching. You can practice this. You can't learn this from the get-go. You have to practice it, especially the contouring and the cross contouring, and you have to know where you can do them. And maybe today we will have an example where we are going to know how to use the cross contouring and contouring. Now I will show you the tip that I told you. If you have a pen that give off so much ink, as we worked on this one at first, it give off so much ink and there is inconsistency. You see, there is this dot. You gotta see it though. You see, it really like ruin everything, especially if you wanna draw light strokes. It ruin everything. It ruin the mood, I tell you. So we will take this pen. The tip that I have is you will take a piece of paper and you will use gouache, any color of gouache or acrylic, or not watercolor because it doesn't go rough. Any medium that will give you a rough spot of color, as you can hear. This is what I use to smoothen the tip of those kind of pen that give off so much ink. So you just have to keep trying on them like that. So you will like train them kinda to give off the amount of, you can see how there is so many dots here. You can train them to give off the amount of ink that you want. You can see there is so much ink going off. See better? I think it's getting better in going lighter and lighter. You see, ballpoint pens are the only kind of pen after pencils that can go with this variety of strokes and lines from dark to light. It's the only medium, probably, as far as I know, after pencil that can go with too dark to light, and you can control it. You can control the amount of ink you want to use. Make amazing pieces just with one one cheap pen that can give you this, that I think that's most expensive pens don't give, which is this variety of the values. If you know about value scales, is the family shadow and light. It's to go from dark to light, and it's so important when you are drawing because they give the illusion of depth, they give this three-dimensionality of the painting, and pen give this for free. You know, it's so easy. It gives you this ability to go from dark to light, but it doesn't give you the ability to go from light to dark. As you can see here, there is like that smoothness, that contrast between the dark and between the light, which is so good. About the values and shading, I'm going to talk about them specifically in the next video. On this video, let's just learn how to draw strokes from light to dark and how to control the pen. As I told you, if you want to go dark, get close to the tip of the pen. If you want to go light, get a little bit away from the pen so you can get more control and force it to go light. So now we will try to draw an eye just with ballpoint pen, no pencils included. So let's go with this eye. I will start with the block in. I'm not gonna think too much about it. I don't care if it doesn't look exactly as it should be. We are just practicing here. As you can see, I am drawing the block in, the contour of it, and I am going so light because I am so far away from the tip, as you can see. Not like that. You can't draw light strokes like that. It's gonna be so hard. You have to go like that so you will be more in control of it. This is going to be the eyebrow. I'm just seeing where the eye gonna start and where it's going to end. This is what we do in the blocking. We have to understand where it begins and how far it is, the angles and everything between them. I know it doesn't look exactly as it is, but studying it, it's gonna get me closer to how it really look. And we don't care about if it looks exactly the same. The important thing is to look right, not good. We are not here copying the picture, we are here to study it. So as you can see, I am going so lightly because this pen, I deliberately used this one because it's a little bit hard for me to make it go light. It's like a challenge. So as you can see, like, you can imagine yourself using a pencil. I just started drawing directly with pen for like 7 months now. I was always drawing with pen. I just always had a prior sketch with pencil first because I wasn't confident enough on drawing with pens directly. I really wanted to make a video about the structure of the eye, and I'm going to do it, of course, but this is not the video of it. As you can see, the shape of the eye starts showing up when I used let's call it a territory that you exactly know everything where it has to be, so you won't it won't look off. Always clean it, always clean it. Now I will do a little shading here. I will get you closer so you can see. I think now I will start putting my lines, the things that we learned here, the hatching and the cross hatching. I'm just gonna start hatching here. There is some places that you just need to hatch in them, you don't need to cross hatch. And there is some places that you need to cross hatch. And this you will learn it from practice and from experience. You can draw with me right now, or you can draw later. Take a reference of an eye. Why I choose an eye? Because eye is like, it's simple, I guess, and there is not too much focus on other stuff. For the You can see for the eyebrow, I'm just hatching. I'm not cross hatching. I'm just hatching. I know. We are not going here to draw details or anything. We just want to implement what we learned on this video. Hatch. I can here cross hatch if I want. If I want to make it darker, I can cross hatch. It's here. I said this kind of like boldness that you will get drawing directly with pens. It's with practice, because it didn't get to me at first too. I was scared. Even though I draw very well with pen, still I was scared. So there was a little bit of shading here. Always keep a tissue. I always say it and repeat it because it's so important. Especially when you are too concentrated in your drawing and you forget to clean it. It may really ruin everything and you won't be satisfied at all. So, as you can see, go slow. It's like when you are using a pencil, you shade very slowly the places that you see shadows on. It's exactly it. And of course it is places darker than other places, and here where the trick of values comes to give that volume and that three-dimensionality to the drawing like we see it in real life. I'm done with this one. This is how you can use pen to draw anything in front of you. I hope you like this video. On the next video, we are going to talk about values and shading. So I hope this video was helpful and I hope you get something from it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!